Hey guys, it's Sarah here from New England Junk Journals, and I'm on to do a video that is long overdue as far as not the videoing part, but a project that I really needed to complete in my craft room, which is sorting out my scraps. As you guys know, and those of you who craft, the scrap monster just keeps getting bigger with every single project that you do. If you're not on top of it, yeah, the scraps just grow and grow. So I have 3 of these plastic containers here. I have one for generally neutral scraps. I don't know how this got in there. I have one for patterned paper, and then I have a third one that is just cardstock, like mostly neutral cardstock and file folder. Yeah, a lot of just colored cardstock, but not patterned mostly. So these are my 3 categories. And I'm going to pop a photo up here of the scrap receptacle that I've been throwing my scrap pieces in. And that all needs to get sorted into these 3 containers today. So let me get a sip of coffee here. All right. And let's see if I can make room for my 3rd container on the desk. All right. So I have a lot, like a little, I'm not sure if I should do a separate container for the teeniest, tiniest bits. All right, I do have one of these clear pencil cases, so I may put my absolute smallest pieces in there, regardless of exactly what they are. Okay, patterned paper. I'm gonna put this in the neutrals, actually. I have these little pieces here. So then you get into the point like, should I put this with my smalls or should I put this with my, I think I'm going to throw those in with my neutrals. I have some coffee dyed map that'll go there as well. Neutral, 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 neutral book page. This is some rag paper. Wallpaper. Okay, so this definitely goes with the patterns. This has got glue on the top, so I'm gonna remove that before I put it in. There we go. Here is some more book page. This I stamped on, but it's, oh, I love that. This is from the history of England. This is rag paper as well. Yep. This is a teeny tiny piece, so that's going to go in that little container. This is so cute. I love the little book that this came out of. This was a book that had a paper doll. It was an antique book with a paper doll that came with it, like a stiff one. Here's some coffee dyed paper. This I'm actually going to set aside. It's an entire piece of paper. It's not really a scrap. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. It's gonna be a rainy weekend for us, which is okay. We do need the rain. They are talking about drought-like conditions. It just means that you can't really do any, weekend cookouts or anything like that, which is a little disappointing. I have lots of this type of stuff. Little pieces like this I'm gonna put in here. A little piece of trim, a little piece of snippet roll. And then I've got like fabric scraps too, like this piece of handkerchief. Now I have to make another decision. All right, since I know already that I am going to have more and more fabric scraps because I know that there's a lot around my craft room, I'm just going to go ahead and find a container. I don't have a shelf or a place for this yet, but at least it will be contained. So I'm going to set that off to the side in case I have any more. Like this. This came from the little golden book project that I did recently. So that's going to go in there. I have these little tabs. I used the dividers for something else, but I have these left over. These decorated up with scraps would be really fun page edges. Okay, some tracing paper pieces, a couple gorgeous pieces of antique ledger. These are like super cottony, so I'm gonna have fun with those. Scrapbook paper. This I'll keep. This, I don't think there's any reason to keep. So that's gonna get tossed. This will go in here. This. So you guys ever save something like this just because there's a little bit of something nice on the side here and you don't want to throw away the whole strip? I think I'm gonna make a decision and just keep the part that I like and toss this. I don't really need it. Some more scrapbook paper. All right, yeah, lots of little pieces of fabric. This can go in the scrap fabric. This I'm tempted to keep with these little pieces just because they're so little. And I have like little bits of trim and stuff in here too. Perfect for clusters. All right, so a lot of this seems to be from the little golden books. This I made like a shaped pocket with it and then just kept everything. I'm going to simplify my life. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to toss this. There's always the temptation to keep every little bit. Yeah, there is. But I think I will simplify some of this for myself. The less little pieces I have, the less I have to try to maintain. I love that. That's so cute. Another little piece. Keep the small pieces of fabric. Put the larger ones aside. That's small enough. Yeah, this will go in here too. It's a little poem, I guess, from that book. Yeah, it's like, these are the things, like, it's a cute little border. I could absolutely fussy cut it or add it as a layer under something. It has so much potential, but I'm gonna let it go. Yep. Kinds of little pieces here. I cut out this to decorate it too. I think it's big enough. I could probably use it in collage. I think that'll still be fun. Fabric. Oh yeah, I went through, I had a book of antiques. So I decided that I wanted to just take off the sides that had the fun little bits that I could cut out or collage with. I think these would be great. Yeah, some really fun stuff there. All right, I have some linen pieces here. I'm putting this in my scrap box, but I will be revisiting this to use with the spines of my Nancy Drew notebooks that I'm going to be making this summer. Got lots of pieces of offcuts from gift wrap. So I could probably take some of these and make some tags out of them. And just sew around them. That would definitely reduce a lot of the bulk of that. Especially since I have pieces that are large enough for that. That's going in here. And then a whole bunch of white paper. That's probably gonna make some little mini notebooks or flip outs. Okay, these I'm not gonna keep. They're really, really skinny. And although I know that they can be used as an embellishment, I'm gonna skip it. Now we're getting into like little pieces. Little pieces like this I'm gonna save. These I'm gonna toss. There's no rhyme or reason, guys. All right, teeny tiny pieces, no need for those. All right, we've got ledger scraps. All right, I think I'm gonna run through the rest of this on fast forward just because there is a lot here and I don't want this to be a long video. Plus, I really thought I was going to be able to like chat and sort at the same time. Turns out I'm not really good at doing two things at once. So yeah, just a quick little time lapse of me getting these sorted. All right, so I knew that this was not going to be big enough, but I have gotten everything organized pretty much, and the like heaping overflowing pile is finally gone. So what I'm going to do, because these are kind of mostly my small scraps anyway that are still in here, I'm just going to consolidate this back into here. All right, and this has become all of my little scraps, and I've got lots and lots to work with for making collage and little snippets and clusters and things, which I think this is what I'm going to tackle first this summer. Is just maybe I'll have a whole video on just making some eclectic snippets and clusters from this big container. All right, so all my neutrals are together in here. All my like base pieces and cardstock are in here. And then my colorful patterned cardstock is in here, along with some digitals and book pages and things like that. So let's see how much time we have left. All right, since I had a few minutes left on this video, I thought that I would whip up a few snippets out of what I have put in this. Now it looks more messy than it did, but I'll tuck everything back in there, and let me just show you a few of these. Now I put these on some register paper just as a base, and I'll probably add maybe some little labels or whatever to finish them off. Some stitching, definitely. I want some stitching up at the top here. And again, they're just on register paper. So if I want to use them as like little tucks, I can just trim them up. Trim up this part here, glue them down. This one will be nice stitched down through the ribbon. This one's a little bit more simple. I might add a little label to this one. But there's a great way to use up scraps. This here, I love this piece, but I hadn't known what to do with it. But it is a piece of book spine. You can see right here, if I peel this back, this is the like a book guts. So I'll probably stitch this down so that it's nice and sturdy. This can be a little side tuck. And then I have this one here. I know it says turkey, and this is clearly like a duck, but yeah, a duck. I don't care. It's fine. It doesn't have to make sense. But yeah, I have some of these fun little things now to stitch and add into my homemade ephemera. So let me know what you guys think. I am so happy to have my scraps organized better. I can see where everything is, and if I want to do snippets, I can just grab this little container right here and just sit down and have a good play like I did today. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.